All right, what's up?
Ooh,
What's up?
yeah.
What an intro.
Ooh, I know, right? Yo, I feel
Never
like
been in
this.
my own
I can
music
smell it.
video.
I can smell it.
Yeah, that brought back memories. I know
Cinnamon.
Chase is like
That's crazy.
Chase is a wrestling fan. He's like, yo, let's go. Paul, what's up, in the building?
Paul
Hey,
in the building.
what's up, man? What's up, guys? Welcome to another Waypoint, man. I didn't even. I gotta start counting these. They're adding up. I know most people count like podcast 50 years. This is like podcast 10 or something. I think this is 10th, really.
It's more than 10.
It's more than
It's
10.
more
I
than
mean,
10. Actually,
yeah.
it's more than 10 for sure. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But yeah, welcome guys, man. This is Waypoint Podcast. We're affiliated with Consumer Waypoint. You know, that just happened to be the name. It wasn't even connected. But yeah, so definitely check them out too, all those guys. All right, so we got the Christian Gamer dude. What's up, man? Like Gamer Dad, what's up? You know it's one or the other, man.
Hey, listen, man. Put some respect on my name. Come on.
Put some respect on his name, man. Come on. What we
Get it
doing
right,
here?
man. Get it right.
Professional.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good,
Happy to
good.
be on the show, man.
Nice,
I'm
all
good.
right. And JD, what's up?
Yo, what up? It's JD3
Yeah.
MXP. You know what it is.
JD look like he's in a studio, man. You're about to
Yeah,
spit
man.
some
Beats.
bars, man.
Yeah, about to drop him.
All right, cool. And we got special guest Rokk, man. Rokk with the 2Ks, man. What's up,
Yeah.
Rokk?
Rocking, I tell you, this is such an honor, Rick. Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
this
guys.
is awesome, man.
Exciting.
This is so awesome, man. I definitely looked up to Rokk. I'm telling you, this guy knows his stuff. I'm telling you, he to me he's like Chase, but the European version of Chase. But he has his own style too. But he kind of lets it loose too. Watch some of his streams, man, and some of his content. He definitely lets it loose, man. I'm so like I'm honored for him to be on here because I just watched
Oh,
him.
bless you.
I'm telling you, it's like growing up watching you know what I'm saying, watching your favorite movie stars and you're like talking to them. It's crazy.
Mr. Rogers.
See, he's gonna get
It's
started.
just another day in the neighborhood, my friend.
Yeah, all right. Cool. So, Rokk, tell us about yourself, man, before we jump into the news. And we kind of just run through the news, and then we got a few main topics, some consumer-related topics. But what's up? Tell us a little about yourself and your channel.
Yeah, well, as I say, thanks for inviting me on. It's an absolute honor. So I've been streaming for just over a year, about a year and 2 months. I'd never done it before. Stadia came along. I'd always fancied doing a podcast. You know, like a lot of us dream about being on radio and stuff. And I thought, you can do it for free with a podcast.
Yeah.
So I did some audio stuff, and then people were saying, why don't you do video? And I thought, there's no way I'm exposing this face to the world. That is not happening. So I plucked up the courage, and I've been doing it ever since. Stadia was my jam because I needed something that I was really interested in. I've been into cloud gaming for a while, and not in terms of playing it, but just as a concept, loving the idea. And of course, Stadia came along, and it was fresh and new, and there was obviously some guys early on that did some stuff, but I felt that I could maybe bring something. And my thing's all about entertainment. You know that, Rick. I mean, there are guys like you guys and MM2K and Chase that get to the real meat and potatoes in terms of the news, and I'm just about making people feel good. That's what I do. You know, it's just entertainment. That's all. We all live in a time that is heavy for most of us, and I just try to light that up for people. That's what I do.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, man. Yeah, you know, I don't hold back on topics, but from the biggest thing is just getting away, just escape. Just like with my Discord, it's called Sanctuary. It's not called Ricktone or nothing. It's pretty much everyone can go in there. If you love a game, there's people in there that only play one game, but they love it, and you know, they don't feel ashamed. They can just talk about it all day. That's what it's all about, just escaping.
It is what it's about. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So that's what's up. So let's go right into the news, and whatever news you want to weigh in on. I know it varies a lot because we cover cloud gaming, Stadia, consoles, all that stuff. So the news is really broad. So whatever you want to weigh in. All right. So JD usually rings that out.
Yeah. For the news, games out this week. Returnal dropping today for PlayStation owners, man. They go ahead and cop that. Next thing you know, we got Legend of Keepers for Stadia players just dropped. And then Genshin Impact next gen update on PS5 dropped out today. So let's go. Smaller news, Knockout City will be on Game Pass with EA Play. Courtesy of EA Play.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
get your multiplayer on
Nice.
on that one. Search on Stadia came out, is rolling out this week.
Nice.
What do you guys think? I know you guys want to weigh in on that one.
Oh man, what do you think, Rock? You're the guest. What do you think?
Do you know, the
Huge?
funny thing is,
Not huge.
I was on the GSM podcast just before your show, and it was touched on, and they were saying, "Oh, this is what everybody's wanted." And I said, "Look, do you know what? I don't care. I've never wanted it, needed it, or care less, because I play on the CCU and the Google TV. I don't do the browser stuff. That's where I play. So I there's no search for there. I know the games I play. There's half a dozen I play all the time on there. I don't have to go looking for them. But that's me personally. Obviously, as they build the library up, and there's a ton of games, being able to find the games you're looking for. I would like to see personally. At the moment, all you can do is put in sort of the name of a game or a word from the name of a game.
Right.
Or a loose description of a kind, but I want to see it broken down into genre. I want to be able to do a little drop down and filter it and say, I'm looking for first person shooters, I'm looking for PvP, I'm looking for MMOs, and then to have a list of those games come up. Because the reason I'm searching, if I am searching, is because I don't know what's there, or I specifically want the game, in which case I'll go and find the thing. So it's great to see. It's good that they finally rolled it out after something that's been, I think it's been #1 requested feature, which is quite odd. But ultimately, yeah, it's out there. Well done. But it's not making a huge difference for me personally. Right. That's just a personal thing.
Okay. I had a quick question before these guys weigh in too. Because the big thing I heard with the search bar was because of the lack of games. It was a theory. I don't think Google ever confirmed. But that's why they didn't have a search bar. So say you search for like Resident Evil, like before that was there, and it doesn't show up. Do you think that was plausible? Because you know your thing. So what do you think?
I mean, it is plausible. But then having said that, Xbox Cloud game streaming. I mean, there's 100 games there, but you can search, and there's been a search from the beginning when there weren't, when it was new and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe that's the case. I don't think Google thinks that way, if I'm honest with you. I think they probably, like all developers, they'll have a long list of stuff that they're working on, and search just to them wasn't that important.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes it. That's why I love like listening to you guys, because I always thought of that, but I should have just asked you honestly off podcast. But I was thought about that, like why was that? But yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, they just have a list of things that they want to do, and they move by their own drum. But what do you guys think? Is this? And let me let y'all know. Anybody new? The Christian Gamer Dad he has Stadia. I got him into it, right? Come on, I did my thing as one of the Stadia people that really push the platform. Is this gonna make you forget that Xbox, sell that Xbox, and come back home?
Listen, I've been waiting for this feature for a long time. Not. Listen, listen, good feature. But if we're gonna celebrate a search bar, that's wow, how far we've fallen in gaming to not expect that a company is gonna have a search bar. I mean, come on. Good addition, but it doesn't move the needle. I mean, it's like Rock was saying. You know what you're gonna, you know what you want. Okay, you know what you're gonna play, right? You kind of know if it's there. It's a decent feature, but not something I think should be broadcast. I don't think so. It's a blurb. It's a little patch note. That's it.
Yeah. We're just being honest here, man. All right.
I
Cherry,
agree.
what's up?
I agree.
Chat,
What up,
what's up?
Cherry, man?
Yeah. You know how it goes, bro. You know, Terry, we keeping it
man.
real here, man.
Yeah, man. Trying to get that green.
Hey, send that green screen,
keep,
man.
Keep it good, man. Keep it good, man.
Send that green screen, man. You know what I'm saying? These companies, man.
Right.
Tweet this out to those companies. Help a brother out.
Yo, man.
All right.
But,
What's up? What's next with the news?
Oh yeah, hold on. I just want to weigh in. I agree with everybody
Go ahead,
on the
go ahead.
panel with that.
Yes.
With the search bar, man. I just want to say that I don't have anything enlightening to say or anything. Just hey, this is a search bar. Go have fun. Search for your games. If it ain't there, it ain't there. There you go.
It's time to come home. It's time to come home. And Paul, I forgot to hit up Paul real quick. He was saying you were on camera first time today, Paul.
Well done, Paul.
Nice, Paul.
That's a big step, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
crikey, when you do it for the first time, you're like,
I know.
Good job,
You're
man.
nervous, you know?
Salute, man.
Oh, you got the same one, Terry? Yeah, but Terry, we over here, man. We using the poor one. But I might get the good one soon, but it's good for now. Yeah. They said it's time.
Yeah.
Got to come home, Gamer Dad. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on back,
Like
man.
Pac-Man, 64 players. Let's do it.
Man, let's do it, man. Outriders, let's go.
No, Outriders, man. When that's patched, I might buy it on Stadia. Have an extra character. Honestly.
Yeah.
I miss playing. Oh, I'm missing. I'm
Why?
not grinding. Just to grind when the TV's being used. Consoles, there's a limitations, man. It sucks. Like sometimes, like you want to do family time, but sometimes you just want to have like maybe on the computer pretending like you're doing work, but you're just like grinding.
that's me. Called right out.
Yeah. And it's like you're just waiting for the
I think we all feel you on
This-
that one.
Yeah.
This is like my
yeah.
wife, because we're all on lockdown right now, and so so my wife goes out, and I'm like, great, out comes the controller, games on, the whole thing, and then I hear the car pull up, and I quickly grab the laptop, shove it on, turn the telly off, I'm like, right there.
Yeah, it's powerful. Cloud game is powerful, man. That browser is powerful.
Yeah. I just got to get off of it, man. I put a schedule down, be like, man, I'm going to be on the game, I'm going to be streaming, I'm going to be doing the podcast, whatever. And I get off, I'm like, man, I got to stream, babe. I got to play some games, man. I can't just talk about it. I got to play. And I got to spend some time. So I'm like,
So true.
Yeah.
Alright, where we at?
Vaulted Glass is coming back, is it?
Ooh, yeah. We got to
just
touch on this. Yeah, me and
Yeah.
Rodella had a good conversation last night. I fell asleep. It's late my time, but I try to catch his streams. But I'll include that when the Destiny part comes up.
Yeah, we're about to hit that in a second. Metro Exodus gets next-gen enhancements for Series X at PS5. Stadia, we don't know, so they never tell us anything. So just going to have to wait and see on that. And then the last piece of small news, EA buys Glue Mobile in the Kardashian game for $2.1 billion.
The what game?
Kardashian game.
They got a
They got a
Kardashian
game?
mobile
Are we talking
game.
about those?
Yeah, they got a
those
Kardashian
girls?
mobile game. Yeah.
Really?
They got a life simulator, slice of life type game on mobile.
Well, how to be born into wealth? Like what? A life? What? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a life life.
Is
slice
it
of
like
life
The
game or
Sims?
something.
It's like The Sims.
It's something like that. It's like Kim Kardashian Hollywood.
Ah.
That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
A red carpet.
Well, one thing I have
adventure
to say
in Kim
about them
Kardashian.
is, they're not that dunce if you think about it. They're very smart in terms of business. So I'll give that to them, man. Their faces on, and they're not that crazy. I think a lot of the stuff is for the camera. They're making their money, and they're very smart. Look, they got a video game. I mean, come on. You got to be doing something right to get that.
Can I share my screen? Will it let me share my screen?
Let's see how that is. Hold on.
Let's see.
Let me see. Go to that and see. Yeah, I think it becomes something else. Hold on.
All right, I shared it. Can you guys see it?
Hold up. Let's see this. This is very important.
Let's see this game, man. It won't. Let's see. It's not doing anything else. Can you see that?
Oh,
Look at the graphics.
it looks like $1 billion right here. Nice.
Choose your life, date and marry the love of your life, have kids, build a family, choose your story, travel the world. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
I want my 2 minutes back, man.
Yeah. Oh man, hold on. Yeah.
But Glue Mobile, I mean, they make some good games. They're just money hungry, kind of like EA, so they're a good fit. That's what I think. They're a good fit.
That's a nice. I like that. That was a nice warm up news.
Yeah.
I like that little.
All right, main topics. Yo, Christian Gamer Dad.
Yeah, break this one down. Break this one down, Dre.
All right. So
break
we're talking about,
break it down.
So we're gonna talk about transmog. It's not a new concept. Recently Destiny announced that they were gonna. Well, we already knew it was coming, but it's coming in next season, season 14. They're gonna introduce transmog, but
explain what that is. Transmog, just in case.
Basically, it's when you take your character and you can make it look like however you want it to look, almost like a skin, right? Warframe has it, Final Fantasy has it, tons of games have it, right? Where you just, you can take your armor and make it look like something totally different. So it's a requested feature. People have been asking for it for a long time, but the controversy with that is they're capping the amount of, I don't know what they're calling it, but it's the currency or the amount of times you can actually transmog an item per class. So in typical Bungie fashion, there's a cap on something to funnel you to Eververse. Now, listen, I'm not going to say I don't spend money on microtransactions. I do, right? But it's like you would think that they would have shifted away from some of this predatory stuff, because 10 per season, and they're going to give you 20 next season. But going forward, it's going to be 10. I mean, to me, it's just typical cash grab Eververse. Ever since they introduced Eververse, and it's not the fact that there's a store that you can buy stuff, but it's the fact that you can't earn some of these things. Okay, I don't mind grinding. Give me a low drop chance. Let me grind and grind and grind and grind like in Warframe to get what I want. Right? If you want to circumvent that grind, hey, fine, go ahead. But to cap it, to limit it, and there's a convoluted system of you get this material, then you take that material, you get a bounty with that material, do the bounty, then after you do the bounty, you go to 8 or 1. It's just such a strange process. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to look at the data, right? And then they're going to change it. And then people are going to say, well, look at it, man. Look, they're listening to us. No. It's a shambles. I really kind of got off of that game, and this is just another reason why. I'm not gonna be transmogging anything. I'm just not.
Silent protest.
Yeah, don't support stuff you don't like. Look, I was gonna do Guardian games. When it was first announced, I'm like, hey, I'll do this. I'll buy a couple armor sets, but I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not supporting a product that I don't believe in.
What do you think, Rokk? I mean, well said by TC, man. Well
yeah,
said.
no, he said everything. So I've got somewhere close to 4,000 hours in Destiny, but mainly Destiny 1. And I did fall out of love with Destiny in Destiny 2. I still jump in from time to time, but I find it overly complicated. The first couple of raids were quite cool, and then it became puzzles and it was complicated stuff, and I couldn't be bothered with it. The Eververse thing, when they introduced it initially, it was, as you rightly said, in Destiny 1, it was controversial. Of course, it was all at that time, of course, they were part of Activision. It was Activision, wasn't it? They were.
Yeah. The publisher. Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody felt that it was Activision that were driving it forward, but now they've pushed it free to play, and they've pushed the Eververse stuff much higher up the tree. So, it's clearly their business model. But I don't do microtransactions, and I would rather pay full wedge for a game. Like Outriders is a classic. Any of your craft, any of you charge for it because you've paid for the game up front. And I would rather pay, and I am paying because we're all paying for seasons. None of that stuff's free. It's a was and still is for me the perfect game, and I've still got it on my PlayStation. I jumped in the other night. It's all Vault of Glass come up, and I jumped in the other night just for old time's sake. I had a look in the raids on my set on my own, and I was like, "Oh, this was such good fun."
Yeah, I think it's really the principle of it. I think it's the principle. Like, it's not necessarily like Destiny, but look, Destiny is whatever you can say about it. It's one of the most popular looter shooters, and they'll set a precedence where this is just normal. They'll take a little brunt, and then all of a sudden you're paying. I was joking with, I think, Rodella, that you might pay to log in one day. If we as consumers don't talk up, we might take 10 cents or whatever, maybe an in-game material or log in first. They'll do that, and I mean, I want them to make money. Let's be honest. I want these developers, I want them to make money because the games, I benefit from the game, so I have no problem that they're making money, but not. Come on, there needs to be a balance. I go to a basketball game. Those guys are athletic. They do their thing, but hey, I'm not gonna pay $100 for parking. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a balance. Right. $20. I think we're at the $20 medium. I'll pay $25. You don't have to be valet. I'll walk. But yeah, so it's good. I hope people speak up. Tweet this out. Tweet this video
Rick, if you look at the quality of a game like Warframe, right, which is massive, and it's zero cost to buy. There's no cost for seasons or anything, is there? Or is there? I can't remember. But yes, you've got to buy cards. If you can shortcut crafting and stuff, but that's your choice, and you can play the whole game for free if you want to. But we're paying Bungie for seasons. It's not free. It's free to play, unless you want to do the season stuff, unless you want to buy some of the stuff that's in the paywall over at Eververse. That's not free to play. I'm paying already for those seasons. I should have access to that stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. And Rick Tone is not far off. Everybody, because PlayStation did that with PlayStation Now. When it first came out, it was a rental service. You had to pay to play for like an hour or 24 hours or something like that to play a game. And if you don't hold these companies to, say, hey, we ain't standing for this, they will put a paywall and make money off of you any way they can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't want Destiny to turn into something like Rick said, where I got to pay to log in. I got to pay for, an hour of game experience, and I got to pay for the season. Then I could just, I'm not about to pay thousands of dollars for one game.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, we definitely
the seasons are, like everybody was saying, the seasons are not free. Like, they're $10. Okay, you got to pay something. If the seasons were totally free, I could see putting, charging something. Okay, it just looks better. But for me, Activision was, somebody said the other day, Activision. We always thought Activision was the greedy one. Bungie wasn't upset that Activision was doing all that. They were upset that they weren't getting the profits. Okay,
it seems like
seriously that now they've sort of, And one thing I sort of we forget sometimes that these are companies. They're not our friends, and they're gonna do these. Like JD said, they're gonna do these things if we let them. Okay, they're gonna charge you if you're gonna pay. It's all about market. If you're willing to pay, they're going to charge it. Okay, if a shader, if somebody's gonna buy a shader for $50, they would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
plain and simple.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hold on, Rodella. Hold on. Me and Rodella. This is part 2, man. We got into it last time. They're saying Rodell is saying, what makes you think Outriders isn't seeing the engagement on their game and pondering the amount of money they can make with adding seasons? Oh, that's okay. I don't know, but from what they're saying, they're not gonna do seasons, right? And I think Outriders is like it's really throwing everybody on their heads. They're like they don't know what to do with Outriders. It's a full game. It's kind of live servicey, not really. Some people don't know how to react to that. Like I feel like we should celebrate that we got a game, $60 or Game Pass. You play the game, you can play it how much times you want, get everything you want, and move on. And people are saying, well, it doesn't have this. Well, it should have seasons. It should. I think we should celebrate it. It's a full game. I haven't had a full game in years, guys. I don't know about anyone else. Like in terms of multiplayer, just a full game, and if I have a week off, I can go to tier 0 to 15. If I don't have a week off, take my time and play. I don't know why that's not being celebrated, but people just trying to like turn it into Destiny, even though people complain about Destiny a lot. So I don't know. I've seen some crazy things.
People just love to complain, man. Like, yeah, any company, Square Enix could turn around and say, "Hey, we need you guys to implement this." You know what I mean?
Right.
And they could have a clash, a falling out over what they want to happen with this IP. It's not outside of the realm of impossible that Square Enix could be looking at this money situation, but it's up to the developer, the studio head, whatever. They got people in place to kind of say, no, this is the direction of the game, of our IP. This is where we want to keep this at. And if you do something against that, then you're going to have the discord and the falling out, and then the blood spills into the gaming streets, and all this mess comes up.
Yeah, so true. So yeah, I mean, this is something to keep your eye on, honestly, because it's true. TC was saying that they'll let it happen maybe a month, and then they'll, we looked in the community. They'll have companies speak, then they'll change their course, maybe something slightly, but I don't know, man. If other companies are watching this, make no mistake about it. Other games, Borderlands are watching. They're all watching to be like, what can we get away with? It always takes the juggernaut to do it first. Like Apple. Apple, they started charging $1,000 phones. And then Samsung was like, we're just there too. So, I mean, it sucks. I'm here like with a $1,100 phone. With this. So I'm a part of the problem. But hey, I did get $700 off though. So because I traded in an older phone. So I'll take that. But but in general, it's crazy. Consumers, they'll charge what people.
When Bungie were developing Destiny back in it was launched in 2014, but it was being built for a while before then. So they brought in a consultant who was a professor, and his speciality was in the science of gambling and the science of encouraging people to slot machines in Vegas. And he'd written big long thesis on the science of what it takes to attract those people to put money in the slot machines. And he was a consultant on Destiny from day one, so they knew right at the outset.
Wow,
that's the thing.
I remember that.
That's the thing.
Yep.
That's a big.
So that was always in the material, the DNA of the game, always.
Oh, really? Even from Destiny 1, really? I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah, it was an actual article. You can actually pull that up somewhere. But
Really? Yeah, they pretended they kind of had the guys that they were like really player friendly, player choice, especially Destiny 1, but that Eververse, man, I was fooled. I didn't know the Eververse would change the course of Destiny. It wasn't the Cabal. It wasn't the Fallen. it was Eververse. It was Eververse.
It's a shame because, Vault of Glass is coming back, and I got mixed feelings about that. It's Destiny 1. Why are we bringing stuff back? Just full speed ahead. That's just me, but I guess we have to go back to Venus or whatever. But I just think that it just overshadows what could have been, an exciting time. Hey, new season. And what are people talking about? Transmog. Are they going to change it? Is Bungie ripping us off? You know what I mean? But it's just, You're gonna see the hype. You know, trust me. Next 2 weeks, hype. But you know, I'm not buying it right now.
Right.
There you go. Yeah, but you know, Destiny 1, I'm sorry, I still go and I still love it. I still find it the best of the two. And for me, what would be perfection is if they blended those two together into a single game. It's never going to happen, but it's something that I have, you know, when I'm sat in the bath, when I'm lying in the bath and I've got nothing else to think about, I dream of Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 coming together. Perfect marriage.
Yeah. It's too bad. It's too bad, Rock. Too bad it didn't happen. I love Destiny 1, man. I played sometime as well. I just, you know, go to the Cosmic Zone. I remember just, you know, the first time I saw it, my brother showed it to me, and I was like, my jaw dropped, man. First time I fired the was it the Fatebringer that you had?
Yeah.
Was
it Fatebringer? Yeah, I killed like a million thrall. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was just hooked, man. I'm like, I used to wake up in the morning, right, and do bounties before I went to work. Just run around the dreadnought for hours.
Yeah.
Did you used to do what I did? So I would go home. I'll be home at lunch. And I'll be doing, I don't know, you know, we're at war with the Cabal. Yeah. And I was stuck in behind, you know, that was all the cheese points where you could go and hide.
Yeah, Valistar.
And I had to go back to work, right? So I put a rubber band around the controller to keep it spinning, because otherwise it
I did those.
Yeah, I remember doing that, yeah.
Otherwise you're out. I got to work because I take my little PS Vita, which I was running Destiny on, because I'd worked out how to connect it to the PlayStation, and I thought hopefully the controller's not died.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember doing that. Even patches. I think my wife was home at the time I was at work. I had to call her and just walk her through. It's the hardest thing to walk someone through, turning on a console and like navigating. If they don't play games, it's like telling them to speak another language in 2 minutes. It's, you know, but yeah, I remember doing those stuff. Yeah, Destiny 1 had something, man. But I wanted to go to this question with Caliber Killer, or not a question, but kind of what he said. You think people are they used to getting ripped off, so it's like they almost want to spend, or because if you look at Destiny on Twitch, it's still big. To me, it's the same game. To me, there's no iteration. Nothing new is there. You can color it all you want with the season. It's the same thing. Yep. There's no new vehicles.
Rinse and repeat.
No new way of playing necessarily. So it's like, I don't blame anyone. Listen, I have a Destiny 2 clan. I'll play it, especially crossplay comes. It's gonna be great, but I'm not saying anything negative who plays it still. But I'm just like, are people just, so I don't want to say brainwashed, but conditioned? Are we so conditioned to just spend?
Yeah, we are, man. And that's why that's why we get into these debates and stuff. Well, this game doesn't have that, and this game should be more like this, and this game it's not doing it this way, because we are conditioned by these developers and to how they develop these games, and we have an idea of how it's supposed to be. Well, if this game doesn't have multiplayer, then what are they spending all their time on? Like, I'm not going to play this game. It doesn't have longevity. Or this game doesn't have single player. Well, they should add a story mode to this game. And, because I don't want to play with my friends sometimes. And right. We have this, we just keep flip-flopping whenever a game doesn't have something another game has. And we're just conditioned that way. I don't know why, but that's what it is.
It's great for them.
Yeah, they're not gonna. People are just creatures of habit, and especially Destiny. That's why I kind of, and Rick told to tell you, man, I was the biggest Destiny fan. Trust me, I played it. Since 2015, Taken King. I played it hard, every day, all day. That kind of stuff, and I saw the pattern. Same thing. Regurgitated same weapons, same thing, not addressing issues. Dude, I said, man, this is a scam. And I see these people every season. They hype it up. It's less than what you expected. You complain about the game. you stop playing it, and then you hype again for the next season. I'm like, don't you see what's going on?
Yeah, and the trailers.
I mean, there are other things in the world. I'm sorry. People who are just clamoring for, oh yeah, let's prep for the next season. What? Are you kidding me?
But it's the story, though. It's the story. It's the story. They hook you in. They have a thing to hook you in where you say, they have a thing where they say, yo, I'm gonna hook you in, and whatever that bait is. So let's say the bait is the story for Destiny, right? Because you get tired of the gameplay, you get tired of the seasons, you get tired of playing that. But you put so much time in it, and you're like, well, I want to finish the story. Well, in order to finish the story, either I'm gonna wait to just watch somebody YouTube it and I stream it for myself, or I'm gonna play the game. I want to be a part of the story, and most people just like, I want to be a part of the story. I'm just gonna keep buying it until the story ends. That's the bait. That's their bait.
Yeah, and
the only problem with that is like the story up until a couple of seasons ago really never really connected. It was kind of all over the place. It was just a series of things that happened, but nothing really connected. Last year they started doing with the leading up to the darkness coming and the pyramid shift, but that really happened. Really, it wasn't the Luke Smith said it was going to be a time like no other in the summer. Nothing happened in the summer, man. Nothing happened. Trust me, I played every day. Nothing happened really.
I call Destiny right now. It's a chore simulator. That's what I told Rodella. It really is. No, listen. Rodella will tell you, man. Like, that's my dude. But listen, we were going back and forth about Outright. Listen, I don't tell everybody's preference, whatever you want to play. And he plays Outriders too. It's not a big deal. But I'm just like, he's like, oh, I got to use this hand cannon. I got to use this to get this bounty. I'm like, I just want to play the way I want, respect the player's time. And people to play it, though. I think if you watch Skill Up, he did a review. I think it was the last expansion. It's like 25 minutes, but I definitely recommend just gaming into psychology. He did a great review, man. And he said that some people play it, it's like a black hole. It just sucks every waking moment of their time. Some people play it once a week. It's just, they've done a great job, whether I like it or not. Consumer-wise, I don't think it's good. Because, I do a consumer channel, try to let people know, like, hey, look out for this. Just being honest on everything. So I just think it works for them, but I just don't think it's healthy. But they have people hooked.
I tell you, this is the honest truth. When I was really playing all the time, I mean, there was one session I did was about 19 hours long. And my mental health went off the cliff. And I'm absolutely convinced it was because of the amount of time I was playing in Destiny, particularly. And I also found that my heart rate went right up because some of those gun sessions are designed that it never let you go. Your adrenaline's going all around the clock. So you got adrenaline, you got dopamine, you got that whole thing you just said, the chore simulator. It's designed to give you the hit of hunter gathering. That we're all, it's in our DNA, right. That we go out and we hunt or we do jobs or we do stuff. That's what gets us through the day. And all of that stuff is built into Destiny. And I'm convinced that it put me in a dark place. And it was only when I sort of stopped playing that it kind of released.
It's true. I didn't want to get into PvP. That put, man, we got up there arguing sometimes. PvP. We're arguing. It's a game. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
Listen, I totally agree with Rock, man. I feel you. I think I have been so much better when it comes to gaming since I stopped playing Destiny regularly, especially PvP. I'm like, I'm playing this game. Seriously, I'm playing this game, right? And I'm getting upset. My heart's beating faster. I'm like, I'm angry. My son come in the room. I'm like, what do you want?
Yeah.
I'm like, no. This is too much. This is too much. That's why it behooves everyone to really take break. Destiny's a perfect game to jump in and out. Something new comes, new mission, new story, jump in and play it. If it's not for you, man, get the heck out of there. It's a black. It'll suck you in, man. You're sitting there doing bounties at 12 o'clock at night. Oh, I gotta do this hand cannon kill, man.
I was trying to kill.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
19 hours.
Then you got to think about
you gotta get
then you're thinking about the raid. Then you're thinking about what team. Then you think about getting your squad together. And I'm gonna miss the.
And then you do a raid, and you'd be that guy. You'd be the one guy in the raid who lets the whole team down.
Yeah.
And boy, do you get it.
Man.
And you spend weeks feeling this.
Yeah.
You couldn't get past the raid because you.
Yeah.
So you're not playing in our team. Get out.
Get out of here.
LFG is treacherous, man, on Destiny. But like other games like Outriders or Borderlands, it's just automatic matchmaking. People carry you. People are nicer. Warframe, people will stop their whole day and help you in Warframe. Because it just denotes that, like, hey, I got cool stuff. Destiny's like, hey, you gotta hold your own. Oh, you're not good at this, and you kind of get steamrolled, So yeah, remember that there's a mental health to this stuff, man. So see, we go with a lot of topics, I don't categorize it that, but these topics people might think it's just gaming, but we go a little in depth sometimes, and that's what
Anthony said
here, man. Flush it out. Yep. What are you saying?
I said Anthony said it. Bez said my wife hated Destiny, man. That's it'll suck you up.
For families.
Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. But that's perfect time, and we could go into the segue of the second kind of main topic, the Outriders issues. So we keep it real here, as much as I'm playing that. So what? There's so many. Which one you put on there, JD?
No, that was Christian Gamer Dad, man. So what topic did you want to?
Which one?
So of course with the type of game that it is, the player base is dwindling. Okay, and I mean I say that respectfully because it's gonna happen. It's gonna go down because people play the game. You can only go so far. And this is what most people, or a lot of people do, or the content creator community does. They rush through it. They're like, I just went to Challenge Tier 15, just after all this time, right? Today. But there's people that went there the first week. So, the play base is dwindling, and the bugs and the inventory wipe issues. It's just bad publicity. I still see people play. The numbers are still pretty decent, but I think people are worried. Why? I don't know. It's a game. It's a single game. Play it, and that's it. So what are you worrying about updates and content? I understand you want to get your stuff back, but come on. It's just they didn't promise us any new content.
Right,
it's a game. You play it. You play all the characters, play all the, the challenge tiers, and that's it. So offliners. That's unacceptable. I have to say that's unacceptable, right? But I get why they're delaying it, because if they release a patch and it doesn't work or it makes things worse, come on, they're gonna lose even more people. So I think it's a significant issue, but to me, Outriders, I guarantee they've already made a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
They've exceeded their goals. They're good.
Yeah.
It's only us. We're sitting here worrying about changes to the game and adding microtransactions and doing all this crazy stuff. Play the game until you can't play it anymore. It's worth $60.
Yeah, it's worth $60. Yeah. Well, all right. Let me give my take real quick. With some of the issues, Reddit going crazy and stuff. I just think it's a psychological component. I think we've just been conditioned to want to pay for stuff, and we feel like we can fix everything. It's like if you go to fast food all the time, and then the first day you go to a restaurant, you're like, whoa, I got a complete meal. The waiter or waitress was really nice. You know what I'm saying? Wow, I got a lot of food for this. But if you go to fast food all the time, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You just get conditioned, like, oh, it's bad, it's cold today. You're like, wow, you don't know what to do. It's almost like you want the waitress to give you an attitude or something, so you feel it at home. It's kind of like what's it called when you're kidnapped? Is it that syndrome?
Yeah.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, it's like it's a full game. You can play whenever you want. But the issues, definitely gonna say it because I got a character wiped, so I ended up making another one. So what? Hopefully they fix it. Give them some time. But
they put out the Spaceman is coming.
Which one? It's like Fortnite, the last one. Let's see what's Duck streams. It's like Fortnite. You start with an empty inventory every game.
I've never had this
joke of the night.
Never had a single issue with the game.
Joke of the night.
Spaceman, wow, that's cool.
So Rick, what are you playing it on? PC then?
No, I'm playing on the Series X. And
yeah, me too. I've not had any issues with characters or anything.
Oh yeah, mine wiped.
I've been lucky.
I didn't know the workaround to it. But it's gone now. The bug is gone now. But there's a workaround you just closed out. But I tried to log back in, and then I guess when you try to log back in, it was like a failsafe that it just crashed the inventory. But it's fine. It wasn't my main character, and now I started the techno. That's my main now. Like I got like 200,000 damage, blue armor. There's a little trick. I gotta start doing videos again. I've just been super busy, but
yeah, please do.
Yeah, I need to get back on my videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all blue weapons, but I got 200k armor. I'm in like tier 10 in the expedition, just blue armor. But this way, I have the stats I want. You get a blue armor, and you can upgrade it with leather instead of upgrading with like titanium, which is harder to get. And then you can just upgrade the rarity later. Just make it a legendary. Put the 2 perks. So yeah, so I'm right there with like people that have like a big build. Like they'll do 10 million damage. I'm doing like 8. But when I get the legendary, I'll feel that. When I get 50, you really want item level 50 stuff.
You're doing Kardashian level.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good, man. I just got 200k firepower, man. Like, and I'm like, level 50 gear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So by the time you get to me, man, it's
gonna be crazy. It's bonus. You gotta get bonus firepower, close range. Well, I'm talking techno. Because you want close and long range, because you can do damage everywhere. So bonus firepower, close range, long range on all those characters and all those your outfit, and you can kill anything. You can hang with anything really. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But it is a one-off experience. I said that one of my shows. When people were getting antsy about the Stadia bugs, and I said, look, you're not missing out, because the rest of us are going to get bored with it pretty soon. Right, you only go so far with it, and we're getting there, like you just said. That we're going to see a drop off because people have done it all. I've actually not done a lot. I've done all the whole world tier stuff and everything, but I haven't done a great deal of expeditions. Just because I've enjoyed just going around and farming, just doing the simple baby stuff.
Yeah,
I'm a casual gamer at the end of the day, chaps.
I think people forget that, man. Just to have fun, it's a lost
do what
art.
You do.
I'm waiting on the Stadia patch.
The only reason I want the Stadia patch is so that I can play cross-play with people on Stadia.
I want to play it everywhere. I don't want to be tethered to the PS5. And and I was waiting for the issues. I haven't digged into Outriders like that because of all the online service issues and the Stadia patch. And I just like, man, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna enjoy it. So everybody's getting burned out doing the expeditions and stuff. And I'll hop on when everything's clean and smooth and have a great experience.
That's good. I feel like everyone's answer kind of represents where people are, because I don't blame JD. You can wait because it is a singular game. It's like a Sekiro. I still haven't beaten Sekiro. I just that Lady Butterfly, just like I've been so close, and it's like, but it's kind of like that. It's just an experience. It's kind of your experience. You just can happen to have other people there, but I definitely think it's a conundrum where people don't really know how to feel, because they just want to complain because we're so used to it. Like, hey, next season, no, the game's there.
They're expecting that. Oh, when's the next DLC?
That's Shadow. Okay. Yeah.
It's not okay. It might not be one. right?
Peace.
Just play it and have. And somebody touched on it. Have fun, fellas and ladies. Have fun, okay?
Yeah.
Life is hard. Things are tough, man. We do this on the side. I just came in from work, okay?
Yeah, on the side.
Put my family to bed, and I'm just down here, right? You gotta have fun, man. Like, if you're not having fun in the game, just do something else. And I think that let's stop it with the Reddit mob and the Twitter mobs and all this other stuff. You can't just sit back and enjoy a game. Like,
Right,
really,
right. Yeah,
let's do that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a lost start. Definitely a lost start.
Funny enough, do you know what I've migrated to from Outriders? And I suppose it's a logical thing. But I've gone back to Division 2 because it kind of feels, you've got the crafting and the gun stuff and everything. It kind of feels like the next thing. So I've actually gone back to Division 2, and that's, for me, felt like the next step along.
Oh, okay, David. I logged in the other day because I sometimes give my son, so he just runs around. It's a little easier, but I don't know, Division. I can't sink my teeth back into that. I don't know. I love to feel super powerful. Like video games to me, I don't know. I've never owned a Call of Duty game, or like just I don't like real life. Like, I want to fly. I want robots.
Have you spoken to your therapist?
I know, right? He doesn't like real life. You don't like food?
That's a danger sign right there.
I know, right? For me, I'm trying to escape. Like, no. Med kits, nope. I just want to heal myself. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want, like, the craziest thing. I want the MCU in the game. So, yeah, I just haven't been drawn to those, like, realistic Battlefield. I'm like, what is this? Some old rifle? You know, I want to shoot through walls and stuff.
Look at what Rodella put. Look at what Rodella put. It's gotta be a typo.
Listen, man, I don't know how
crazy,
you do it.
Buddy. You're crazy.
I gave him credit last night. He was playing Destiny 2, and he's saying he's having fun. I mean, I give him credit, but I've played those for about 5-6 years.
Yeah. It's because he hasn't played in a while. You know, when you go back, it's fun.
Nice. It's nice.
It's fun.
Yeah. I could do the
everyday stuff that you get burnt out on.
I could do a PvP or something, but one of these days, you know, with crossplay, I really want to get into it, you know, because Stadia, the people in Stadia I like more. I have Xbox. It's like a LFG for me on Xbox, but Stadia is where, like, it's actual friends and people that I would want to spend 5 hours with on a raid. You know, so crossplay really needs to come because I like the performance sometimes, just a local, but then Destiny is great. Cross save, just jump on the browser and you know, that's what I'm saying. Stadia it's a great tool. You don't you don't have to. I don't have stock in Google. So, I mean, if I can use it in one form but still be an ambassador, and I'm sure if I spoke to, like, a Stadia exec, they'd be like, oh, that's great. You're using the service the way you want. They don't mind. I always try to let people know they don't mind if you just being signed on to the service. Having that Gmail, you're one step closer in their ecosystem. You know? They just lost me a little bit of the ecosystem because the Pixel 5 wasn't, like, a flagship. That's it, but who knows what the Pixel 6 might be? I'm always looking. You know, I like a flagship. You know, but it all started with the Stadia Gmail. Then I got the Pixel 2, just to try, like an old Pixel 2, like $100 to try the streaming on the phone. Then I was like, oh, 4XL. Next thing I know, I have the Google One, and it just steamrolls, and you're in the ecosystem. So, you know, just use Stadia the way you want to use, man. That's how I say it.
Yeah. The tagline is play for everyone. So there you go, man. However you want to use it.
Yeah.
Nice, use it, man.
Yeah.
Last piece of news, man. If we want to get into that.
Yeah. We're right at the end. Perfect.
Yep. State of Play. PlayStation did a State of Play today. Announced 2 indie games, Subnautica, which is already out, but they got an update for that, and it's coming to PS5. And then we had Among Us, is coming to PS4 and PS5 because it hasn't been on the system if you haven't played Among Us yet. So go ahead and support your indie titles for everybody that's complaining. And then Ratchet and Clank 15-minute gameplay demo demonstration of what's going on there. So anybody watch it?
Yeah, I
Anybody
seen
have
that.
thoughts?
Well, I seen the guys in the chat talking about the Ratchet and Clank thing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad that people got the nostalgia. I played like a few levels of that. Remember growing up. I don't know how I had it. I can't remember. I must have borrowed it because I don't remember spending money on that. But I remember playing it as a kid. So I'm happy for whoever is gonna get that.
I mean, two of my favorite games of all time were indie titles on PlayStation. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture and Hellblade. Superb games. And I wouldn't have
Okay.
played them if they hadn't have been thrown in, onto PlayStation. Two absolutely superb games. So I have no problem with indies. I think the issue of the day for PlayStation is that they're starting to cross over between PS Now and PS Plus in terms of the games that they're putting out there. So I know the new games for May, two of them have been on PS Now for a while. And so you've got people like I'm paying PS Now, I'm paying PS Plus, and I'm thinking I've already played those games. I want something that's not on one of these, or merge the two together. Stop charging me separately. Make
Right.
PS Now an intrinsic part of the experience with PS Plus. And also, when you release a new exclusive PlayStation title, give me the option to download it digitally or stream it for the same price. That, for me, is where it's got to go.
Yeah. Sounds fair.
Yep.
That sounds fair. To be honest. That's the consumer. Man.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a smart thing. It's the right thing. But knowing Sony, it'll take them a couple of years to do it. But it's